I'm gonna say drip.
Yeah. Drip.
Says 0 people.
That sucks.
No, that makes this one easy. Excellent finish. All right.
I was breathing into the microphone.
Check if the mics are working. I hope the audio's working.
Is it live now?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Sick.
double check to see if it's live. It's working. Tap your mic so I can see that. Tap it. Yeah, it's working. Alright.
Oh, is mine the top one?
Yeah. Yours is mine too.
Okay.
Cool. So I'll have that open so I can see.
Sick.
But what's up, guys? Welcome back to my live stream. It's been a while.
Man, it's been a cool minute for you.
Yeah. I kind of miss it. It's kind of sad. Well, I'm glad to be back. I'm gonna see if I can do more of these. I'm trying. So let's do an intro, okay? Well, welcome back. You know, it's good to see you guys. It's been a while, but I've been trying to find a new and interesting way to come back and do these live streams because they've been kind of getting repetitive and kind of boring, and also I kind of started running out of stuff to work on during the live streams because it's all been the same thing. Otherwise, I would have like 10 videos of working on Godzilla and like 10 videos of working on Predator. So what we're going to be doing for today's live stream is I have my good buddy Chris from Lame Kids Pictures. And I'm going to be doing a monster creation of him. So I'm going to turn his face into an ugly monster, an uglier monster. And I'm going to show you guys at the end of the live stream. So this is going to be like a mixture of like a sculpting project and an interview because I'm going to be talking to him about some of his projects and some things he's been working on in the past couple months. Okay? So without further ado, I'm going to begin.
Sick.
Oh, crap.
Horrible start.
All right.
I told my agent to cancel this.
I don't know if you guys have seen on on my IG, I've been posting on my stories this little like frame. It was welded out of like some stainless steel, and then this is like a nice piece of plywood that eventually I can replace if it gets old or whatnot. So it's kind of just a scrap piece of wood. I have these screws mounted on it. So this is going to hold the sculpture. It's going to keep it from like sliding when I'm working on it. But yeah, that said, let's begin on our questions. So, Chris, I got my notes right here.
So much for professionalism.
Okay, so how about let's start off with you introducing yourself and what you do, and then we can move on from there.
All right. What's up, guys? My name is Cris Rodriguez. I'm legally
Retarded.
obliged. That was really good comeback. That was straight up emotional damage right there. I'm gonna continue at this point.
I'm sorry, continue.
I was gonna say I'm legally obliged to tell you I'm awesome, but fuck. Screw me, right? Alright, well. My name's Cris Rodriguez, guys. And pretty much I'm just trying to be a new upcoming filmmaker. Trying.
You can hold the mic if I'm wiggling this too much.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's picking up. I hope so. Someone in the comment can say that it's not. But yeah, so pretty much just trying to become a filmmaker. Yeah.
All right, so what got you into making films?
Pretty much, I would say my all-time favorite film, which is Jurassic Park. If no one ever knew, probably because you guys don't even know me. Jurassic Park is like my all-time favorite film. Like that's the film that literally got me into filmmaking, to be exact. because I remember watching it and just being so amazed, and then my dad used to have the original VHS copy, so he had actually all 3 Jurassic Park movies on VHS, and when he put the VHS recorder in my room, he gave me all those movies. I also had Return of the Jedi and all that good stuff. I think I still do. I think it's still at the house. But I remember I popped in one of the movies, which was Jurassic Park. I popped it in, and obviously it was already watched. So when the credits were rolling, I was like, "Is it a movie?" So I had to push it back, and push that little back button, which nobody knows the struggle of rewinding the tape. Went back on it, and then obviously watched it from beginning to end. He also had I think it was a special feature because it had behind the scenes at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And watching that was just like a mind blowing experience. Because I remember watching it and I was like, how'd you get the dinosaurs? How'd they make them? Where are they moving? How are they moving? How'd they get this shot? And so when I watched the behind the scenes and stuff, it really interests me on how filmmaking is done and how Steven Spielberg really did make the movie. He made it from going from this fantasy beauty to straight up horror by the end of it, like famous like Ian Malcolm says, first it's the ooh, the ah, and then it's the screams and the death. And that's pretty much a really good assumption of how Jurassic Park was made, the story. Even though it's really drastically different from the book. The book was straight up a horror movie.
So tell them about the book.
Oh, you guys want to know about the book? I don't think they're ready.
I mean, there's some pretty good scenes in the book.
I wish they made it.
That could have made the Jurassic Park movie a lot better. Even though in general, it's a great film.
It's the greatest experience.
But in the book, the opening, at least I remember it as the opening when they're helicoptering down one of the kids, and he's just saying raptor. And then
he's one of the workers.
Yeah,
he's the worker that gets attacked in the beginning of the movie.
And then the paramedics are like, "What is he saying? What is he saying?"
Oh yeah. And then they were kind of they explained how his he was just mauled and his
and the
scars
saliva
and stuff,
smelled
like death, it smelled like rotting flesh.
I was like, dang, that's cool. And they also explain in the book how when you when the T-Rex comes around, it stinks or no, was it the T-Rex or the Velociraptor?
It was the T-Rex. The T-Rex stunk, it stinked like rotting flesh as well.
You remember that story we were talking about with I think it was during the Vietnam War, or was it World War II, where the crocodiles were eating the soldiers when they were retreating?
Yeah, I think it was World War II. It's based on a book. Well, there's a book, and it's based on real life, where some Japanese soldiers were going through the swamps, and they would I think the locals called them dragons.
Yeah.
They were just massive gators.
And they could smell the rotten. Yeah,
because they have eaten so many people, and that they I guess their flesh is still in their teeth and stuff.
Yeah,
so whenever you smell the rotting flesh, it was because the gator was near. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I thought that it was cool that they added that to the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the book was really, really dark. That book was that was a graphic book. I mean, there's literally a scene where a compy eats a baby. So.
Oh yeah, it's a group of compies, and the nurse finds them on top of a baby's crib, and it's just the face is gone, and it describes that the doctor knew immediately the baby was dead.
Yeah.
Just
it's
just a big
survived,
blood pool.
It would have died from what was it the septic bite again?
Yeah, the septic bite.
They
had venom. Oh, cool. Okay, so because of that film, obviously you started your company, and you called it Lame Kids Pictures. Why is that?
Lame Kids Studios.
You change it all the time.
It was studios from the beginning.
It's called Lame Kids Studios. In the thumbnail, it probably says pictures, but don't care. Okay.
You embarrass me.
You would think that I would get all my notes right with the person I'm going to interview.
When my agent called me and was like, "Hey, I got you an interview with Robert Toronto," I was like, You sure Jimmy wasn't available?
You're just like, what, Mom? That's awesome.
Yeah, I named it Lame Kid Studios, which is, I guess you could say, a funny story behind that name. Because every time someone asks me like why Lame Kid Studios, like what's the meaning behind that name, and I was like, oh, because back in the day, like I said, when Jurassic Park got me into filming, I was a young buck. I'm technically still a young buck. I'm 22. What am I talking about? How old was I? This was maybe second, third grade. I think I was in somewhere around there. I remember I would start like acting with my toys and stuff, like treating it like like an actual like film set with them. And you know, I remember the one thing I always wanted was a camera. I always wanted a filming camera. But they kind of pricey. They hella pricey. So my parents, couldn't really get one. But my mom had the bright idea of making a box camera. So she like got cardboard and all that stuff. And the one camera I really wanted was the one from Peter Jackson's King Kong.
Okay.
The old,
Yeah.
the old timey reeling cameras. Like I always wanted one of those. I thought those looked cool. Like I remember in the movie, I was like, oh dang, that looked pretty cool. And so my mom made an exact copy like that out of like cardboard and all that stuff. She's really a creative person. She's in my eyes, she's pretty artistic. And so she made me a camera, a cardboard fake camera, and I remember I was in love with it. Like I would use it all the time.
I don't know whether. Never mind. Never mind. Just go.
What were you gonna say?
No, it's okay. The motion you made, I'd use it all the time. Sure is a kind of camera were you? Kind of camera was it?
Come on, anyways, I was trying to tell a wholesome story. But yeah, so like I would like put up my toys and I would have my camera set and I'd be like, action. And I'll start moving the toys around while like pretending that I was recording. And I remember for I think it was like what's it called when the teachers are like, show and tell? Is it show and tell?
Yeah.
It was something like that. It was this teacher, she had red hair. I don't remember her name.
Do you mind holding the microphone so I can look at you for a little bit while I do this part? Yeah, there you go.
I don't remember her name, and even if I did,
What'd she look like?
she had red hair. I'm pretty sure you remember her. We went to the same school, actually. We went to Topaz.
Miss Lopez?
No, not Miss Lopez. She was cool. I don't remember. She was mean. She was in charge of like.
You just said she was cool. Oh, Miss Lopez.
No,
was
Miss
cool.
Lopez was cool. This girl was kind of mean. She had red hair. She was white. It's very, very mean. Like I remember she would hang out with Mr. Boatwright.
Miss
I feel like I'm doxing these people. I apologize.
Okay. You probably shouldn't say their
I'm
names.
not gonna say their names, but she was just mean lady, and she was in charge of like the little school plays.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. I remember she was in charge of the school plays. So I remember she was teaching my English class, and she was like, "Oh, we're gonna do a show and tell of like technically what you want to be when you grow up." And, other kids were like firefighters, police, doctor.
I wanted to be a
teacher.
paleontologist.
Yeah, what a loser.
Now I'm making YouTube videos in my basement.
What failures we grow up to be. Do you still want me to hold it? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just gotta look at you for a little bit.
So I remember when I went up there, I was like, I want to be a film director, and I brought my toys, and
she's just like,
no, dead ass, dude. She was so like I brought it up there, and then I had my camera, my box camera. All right, there you go. Forgot this. You're sculpting. I brought my box camera and my toys that I used for filming, and I was like, I want to be a movie director. And I remember every kid just stared at me and was like,
what a loser.
Yeah, they're like, well, do you have any like YouTube videos?
I'm 4.
I was in 4.
Oh, how old are you?
4 years old in 3rd grade, my dude.
Oh, you're in 3rd grade.
Yeah,
See, I'm barely listening to your story. I'm sorry. So you're in 3rd grade, so you're like 9 or 10.
Yeah, that's just roughly, I think. And and I remember everybody was like, "You got any YouTube videos or anything?" And I was like, "No,
but I got my camera. I got my cardboard camera. And I remember everybody was like, that's lame. I remember one kid in the back, he was like, that's lame, and everybody started laughing. And I was like, oh, and the teacher was like, you know, you gotta have kind of more like realistic dreams. She was like, I'm not saying anything, but you know, maybe a little bit more realistic.
How about
you just give up? And I was just like, okay. She was like, I know other good careers. And I was like,
so like teaching?
So
how ironic.
How ironic.
Because now I'm a teacher.
Substitute.
Yes, okay.
So pretty much, I just remember that, and I remember I did get bullied for that. You know, everybody was like, "Was that lame kid? Was that lame kid?" It was just like a really dumb name when you look back on it. Like,
I just forgot what was the whole point of the story. But now it's starting to come full circle.
So pretty much,
it's kind of like scoot
over.
Scoot you over here.
Do I get my good side?
Which one is it?
I don't know.
I don't see a good side.
I hope I look like Two-Face.
You know, I kind of forgot what I was going to sculpt you as. Any ideas?
I'd say sculpt me as
As what?
sculpt me as
You want to smile?
Batman. Oh, put me as Joker, dude.
Oh,
Joker's-
you want to be Batman? I could do Batman. Hey, in honor of the new movie coming out, I guess I'm going to be sculpting you as Batman.
I mean, in reality, I wanted to be a zombie, but
I can make you a zombie too.
zombie Batman.
Anybody have any ideas? You know, it's funny. I had like weeks to think about it. And then, I don't know, it just kept kind of changing because I'm like, well, there's so many good ideas. Because I had an idea of doing a Batman villain, right? And I was like, I could do Clayface, and then I'll be done. It just stack a block of clay.
I mean, that'd be cool. I'd love to be Batman.
Okay, well, let me see your chin then. I'm gonna have to get
You got
this.
that Ben Affleck chin?
You got a pretty fat chin.
Yeah, I know it. That's that Ben Affleck chin.
Yeah, that's good though. It looks good in a cowl. Okay, let me see. You want to frown, obviously, so frown for me. No, with your mouth too. Don't smile and frown. Okay, that's not a frown. You look like you're trying to give me a kiss.
How mean.
It's funny because like I'm sculpting you to transform you into a character that's gonna completely cover your face.
Yeah.
So now I gotta prioritize on the chin. Okay.
Kill
So,
him
yeah.
with stubs.
Yeah, I'll give him the stubbles.
They'll definitely know I'm not Bruce Wayne. You know, why didn't he ever just cover his mouth? Just
I know. What if he gets shot in the mouth or stabbed? That's gonna hurt.
yeah, I doubt he's gonna be like. He's just gonna be like. I feel like he's just gonna run away. At that point.
I think we should get back to why you call it lame kids.
Oh, you're right. Well, pretty much because kids bullied me and called me the lame kid of the school, and always told me my dreams were gonna come true. So technically, I came up with them. Technically, because of that, I was like, "Oh, Lame Kid Studios. That sounds cool."
It's very fitting.
It's very
It's
fitting.
cool. I like it though. No, I'm not saying that in a obnoxious way. Like I'm serious.
After bagging on me.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so I guess this is the blunt of the conversation that I kind of was excited to get to. What projects are you willing to discuss that you're working on?
That I'm willing to discuss.
Yes, because I know some of the stuff you want to keep it private and a surprise. But
Who am I keeping it private?
well, until it comes out. You want people stealing your ideas?
Who's my audience?
Well, let's build you an audience. So those of you that are watching this live or watching it or back watching it, I think that's what it's called.
Back watching it?
Yeah, it's something back viewing, where like you're watching it at a delay.
Mm.
It's like let them know, attract them, bring them to your audience. Do you have your YouTube channel set up?
I do, and it's actually the name Lame Kid Studios. The thing is, you probably won't find it because there's not really much
Videos on it.
videos on it. We're actually currently.
Let me put it this way: there's no videos on it, but there's a lot of projects that are pretty much close to being done.
You,
That
you
you're.
took the words right out of my mouth.
I'm just letting you know, so you don't go there disappointed.
I mean, you're not gonna find it.
I'll put the link down below so you can check it out.
Awesome.
Alright, so go ahead.
So pretty much, yeah, we have a bunch of projects in development. We also have other upcoming filmmakers who have really brilliant projects. Which some of you guys, if you're familiar with his channel, he's pretty much the Romeo, and he was well known for like his gameplay videos, his anime videos. Really funny dude.
Can you
He's
say
also
that?
part
The
of
the Romeo?
the Romeo is his name. Why? I have no idea.
Because he's the
He's
Romeo.
he's the Romeo.
There's only one of him.
Someone in the comments is gonna be like, "No, my name's Romeo too." Legally, you
Block.
must change it. Blog. He's gonna get a cease and desist letter.
We copyrighted your name.
So he's also one of the upcoming filmmakers. He has a lot of good projects that are gonna be on the channel as well. Another good buddy of ours, Adam Mendoza. He's another director who his projects are pretty funny. Like the way he when he pitches it, it's like, wow,
Wow.
this is something new. So we have other people bringing on projects as well, and hopefully we can keep.
Over here.
I feel like I'm just being
Used.
interrupted.
I'm just trying to make you into a monster.
A hero.
He's a monster.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you see the trailer? He's like beating that dude up.
Oh. I remember someone made it like a meme of that, and they put a caption of like when Batman catches you stealing a gun. They ain't wrong though.
Okay. We'll continue.
But yeah, so we have plenty of projects in development right now, and one of them that I keep promoting on my Instagram is actually the mini series. Oh, another thing about this channel is it's not so much a platform for for short films. It's actually us going more deep into mini series and web series and creating just new content that pretty much I guess people now crave for, if you crave for that, because like in today's Hollywood industry, it's a lot of these films are just kind of redundant in my personal opinion. Like it's just the same thing over and over again. And I remember me and the guys were just like, well, we crave something new, and I've met some people that pretty much talked about that too, that they were like they want something new. So we wanted to go into that more original and unique takes on our stories, and giving them more of this web series, this mini series, instead of just hey, here's this one short film and then you gotta wait a while. No, we are actually planning to give out like a 5-episode mini series, a collage series, a web series, just to continue to give you guys content. And one of those web series is the one I'm currently working on, is called Lost Diaries, and it's technically going to be my first project that I've ever worked on. I mean, I've worked on projects, but
You've
they're
been working
more
on it for a while, though.
Oh yeah, a long time. I've been working on this project. I think I would say like a good 2 years.
2 years.
2 years. It took a while. It took a while for this project to kind of even like form or anything. But I wanted to do a project where it would be easy, not only easy but interesting, and giving it like really interesting stories, and giving it technically the mini series. And it is a mini series. It is a 5-episode mini series. It's an anthology series, which means each episode is going to be a different theme, different characters, and different even monsters. Yes, this series is actually a little mini horror series, and each episode, like I said, is different, and I wanted to capture a very different feel to each episode. And I can give you guys hints right now to what each episode is. The first one is literally has to deal with the cult. Second one, that's the night shift, which our good buddy
Robert
Oh, yeah, I'm
Dorado.
working on that.
Yeah, you're working on that one.
Night Shift is an exciting one because it.
Yeah, because you're directing.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be the best one of the series.
Just don't watch it.
Oh wait,
Don't watch anything
I have the
else.
microphone. Yeah, if you're gonna tune in to his channel and you're gonna watch some of the stuff he works on, if any of it bores you, just come for that one. Just kidding. No, all the stories are really good. The only reason I chose to, or I asked to work on the Night Shift, was because it was the only one that I actually had like shared fear for, which is should I say?
Which is Marcianos, aliens.
Yeah, it's like it's funny because aliens are probably my most exciting thing to sculpt, because they're so like free, like they're not really tied to anything.
The creative thing
Yeah,
is
like-
just out there.
But yeah, I've always had like a general fear of aliens, and it all started as a kid. Obviously, like that's how most phobias happen as a kid. Believe it or not, I was terrified of the movie E.T. growing up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was always just terrifying. Like the creature design for it was like a horror. Like it wasn't like, I know they were meant to make it like cute and friendly and lovable and like it was a family friendly movie, but oh no, for me it was probably the most terrifying creature concept. And I grew up loving The Predator and Aliens, but E.T. was like 10 times.
I mean, to be honest, I
Worse.
think if you go back and ask anybody who's watched E.T., I don't think one person has actually said, pardon me, I don't think one person has actually said, oh yeah, that's the most lovable looking creature ever. I think they've all said the
Oh, no.
same thing where it's like,
I would probably faint if I saw that thing in real life.
They were like, what is
I'll
that?
grab some stuff real quick.
That's totally fine. Yeah, so the second episode is literally about aliens. Third, my personal, I would say that one's probably my personal favorite, which is zombies. Episode 4, Bigfoot, and episode 5, the only hint I'm giving you is a ranch. And if you know what that means,
You know, I realize I think I'm gonna turn you into the. I'll make it a surprise.
I'm kind of scared now.
It'll be Batman themed.
I hope it's Joker. If not, I'm disappointed. Never coming back.
Well, screw Let me see your face. Okay, keep talking.
But
You're good.
But yeah, so those are coming out actually on October 1st, 2021. I think it's October 1st. It lands on a Saturday. I'm presuming, I don't remember the date, but it is coming out in October 2022. And it's going to be, well, yeah, a monthly thing.
Huh?
I heard that. Did you drop something?
No, I got it. I caught it midair.
Did you know?
Oh, okay, so for those of you that are maybe tuning in, I am sculpting my good friend here, and I'm going to turn him into something cool. He's he's a movie maker.
I was like, I didn't even know it was an effect.
He's an effects artist. He's a movie maker. He has his own channel, and right now he's here on my channel to promote his upcoming films and projects. And at the end of this live stream, I'll be showing you guys the end product. But continue.
From where?
I have no idea.
How about we talk about our good? If you recognize our voices, it's because we
I
run.
doubt it. Okay, yeah. So I don't want to bag on our upcoming podcast channel, but we started one, and I don't know. I think it's going pretty well. I'm really enjoying it.
We're finally famous.
I don't know if you recognize us from the 9 subscriber YouTube channel, Monster Brain. But that's what our podcast is called. It's called Monster Brain.
I like to call it Monster Goop.
Monster Coop.
Monster Goop, but it is most likely Monster Brain. But you know, that's actually going to be another channel for actually like another mini web series, guys. That's the reason why we actually created, not only for the podcast, but we also created that for more mini web series.
Yeah, more collaborated.
Yeah.
More collaborative projects.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I got tongue twisted for a second.
And the beauty of that one is because Lane Kids is more on the story side of things. It's gonna have horror for the first time, but pretty much after that, it's gonna be more story centered, more story driven, more drama and sci-fi and all that stuff. But the cool thing about Monster Brain Pictures is that one's going to be more so towards the horror genre and
Yeah.
the beauty of the monsters. And that one's definitely going to have some really cool mini horror web series that me and Robert have actually been collabing on. Another project that we've been collabing on for a while.
We have?
You're embarrassing me now.
Which one? I'm serious.
Fat boy in the back.
Oh, the scavenger. Yeah, that
The
thing.
well, okay. I put it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. That was gonna be our first. Okay,
That
so
was gonna be,
let me chime into the conversation so I can start paying attention to what's going on. All right, now I can't multitask. I can't multitask. But yeah. So that.
Great. You
This
ruined.
live stream has been a disaster. But if you've ever watched my channel, which I'm assuming if you're here, it's because you're a subscriber.
Which
that-
we appreciate you.
That mini trailer I did called The Mimic. That was a long time. It was like a project in the making for a long time.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It was a while, and it was a. I would say that one was my first ever like pitch project.
Yeah, that one was pretty fun. We spent a couple years like building out the story. I spent a couple years working on the suit. And if you guys have seen on my recent posts, or if you guys are subscribed to my Patreon, I have like $1 a month donation to fund that project and fund it. And by funding it, we'll be creating kind of a storyboard, comic book style storytelling that will be narrated. I don't know, maybe by me. It doesn't sound like a good choice for me to be the narrator, but yeah, who knows?
Man,
But-
that one,
that one.
that project is still kind of under wraps because we still have we still want to work on it, and that one is another mini series, and it's gonna be another horror focus, and that one's probably gonna
Yeah.
be the first one to go on Monster Brain Pictures.
Okay, so yeah, we're going back to the Mimic. Sorry. Wait,
Oh, you were talking about the.
I was talking about the scavenger.
I was like, I don't remember.
I'm like,
this
when did
being-
we switch transitions to topics?
We were still there.
Maybe this isn't the best type of interview when you're completely focused on something else. But anyways, yeah, going back to the Mimic. Yeah, if you wanna see the trailer on my YouTube channel, you can watch it. That's gonna be our first project. We're gonna drop on Monster Brain, and it's really cool. I really like the project. It's pretty much about. I came from it was your phobia series.
No, it was actually it's the whole mini series is called Fear Struck, and each episode, again, kind of like Lost Areas, has a different like monster. This one is just more so we tried coming up with our own monster instead of me following the formula of like different types of monsters. So we tried coming up with our own monsters, and I remember when making this project, I was kind of it was going to be my first ever project. Because like I said, when I was going back to college and film school, I did hop on other people's projects, and I did help out with a couple ideas and stuff, and that kind of drove me more to like I want to make my own stuff. So I started working on, I guess you could say, a horror-centered short film, but then I was like, I don't want to just be this one-time short film and then just leave it be. I wanted it to be kind of like a mini-series that we can probably even come back to with a second season.
Yeah, like that would be really cool.
So so I began working on this project, and I was trying to go. At first, the project was actually gonna be pretty much, I guess you could say, cliche horror, but I was starting kind of like I don't want to just go down that road of just cliche horror. So I started coming up with like kind of like bubble ideas, just kind of like what can be terrifying, what can be scary, how can I scare the audience, how can I make the audience feel not so much like little cheap jump scares here and there, sorry I keep burping, jump scares here and there but more so like tension and actual like generally fear. Like, you know, if you're watching it and you're kind of like, I really wish I was never in that situation. I really wish I'm never going to be in that situation. So that's when I started playing around with the idea of phobias and going through a lot of certain phobias. Now, there's always the cliche phobias, like I like to call them, like spiders, clowns, and all that stuff. And I just wanted to go more deep into the other phobias that pretty much not that much people know. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything nor give too much hints because, like I said, this is another project in the making.
Yeah, like the fear isn't like crypts. Like that's not the whole point of this project. Like if you think like the mimic is going to be like a cryptic phobia story, it's not.
Yeah.
We just take advantage of
that fear already.
Yeah, and we apply it to another fear that is pretty much the overall like point that we're trying to like get to in this in that episode.
I think I'm gonna leave it off on Fear Struck right there because there's a lot of cool. Me personally, I think there was a lot of cool stories on how each project was made or how each of those episodes when they come out are made. And I think I'm gonna save it for when we release them. We'll probably come back to that subject, and I'll tell you how we got to that point, how we got to that project, how this creature came up, how this creature was made, and the mic moved away.
I needed to see the profile for 1 second.
But yeah, so also be tuned for that on Monster Brain Pictures. And
yeah, that one you can. I don't have any links to it, but yeah, if you Google Monster Brain on YouTube, I'm sure you'll find it. Or if you YouTube Monster Brain, that's what I meant to say, you'll find it.
And you'll also have some fun podcasts to listen to.
So far we have podcasts on there. They're pretty good. I don't know. You guys might not enjoy them. We had a fun time making them. It was really cool.
If you're gonna be mistaken by not only the thumbnail but by the title of the project, if you really think that's what we're gonna talk about, you're very, very mistaken. It's very clickbait, but that's what makes this thing fun, I guess.
Yeah, so what's really fun about the project is that everything's kind of misleading. Like we never stay off top. We never stay on topic. I would say a good 2% is on topic. The rest of it's just us bantering off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Silly stuff, movies, other life experiences. Yeah, if you want to have a good time and probably a decent laugh, like you check it out.
You'll have a good time, I guess.
Yeah.
I hope you do.
But yeah, Monster Brain. I mean, we can probably talk about like some stuff we've discussed so far on that channel.
On Monster Brain?
Yeah.
Which was crocodiles.
Oh yeah, I talked about my alligator encounter story. Not that scary. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I just ruined the whole
I mean, in the podcast, it's not that scary, but to you, that was like the most traumatic.
What do you mean it wasn't that scary? That was terrifying. So I took a trip to Florida. Oh, and for those of you that are tuning in for the first time, welcome. I am going to be interviewing my good buddy Chris right here from Lame Kids Pictures Studios. And I'm going to be turning him into a character or a monster, and I'll show you guys at the end of the live stream. But anyways, getting back to my story. So I took a trip to Florida with my dad. And in Florida, we wanted to go to kind of like a national park because it's very different from over here in California. Like everything's a lot greener. You know, nature is far more beautiful than, the high desert. So even more beautiful than our mountains we have up here, like in Big Bear. And I was like, so we went to a national park and we were having a good time. And then we come across the lake, and on the lake it says, danger, keep out of water, gator infested. And of course, my dad was like, let's go in. So they had this canoe, or this area where you can rent out a canoe and drive out or paddle out into the lake. And it was massive lake, huge. If you went overboard, you'd have to swim 3 or 4 miles just to get back. So it was honestly pretty terrifying because the canoe was.
I feel like we should save this story for the podcast.
Okay.
In case they're
Yeah.
Just cut to the chase.
Okay. No. You want to listen to the end of this story? You can tune into Monster Brain.
Oh, you're right. Just so you know, he had to fight a crocodile.
No. I mean, yes.
Yes, yes, but actually no.
But yeah. So where are we at? We got a lot of time. Good, because this sculpture is gonna take me a while. I'm not a generally fast sculptor. Like I like enjoying the process and taking my time. I'm not in any rush, but that kind of cripples me in moments like this where I'm working really hard to finish. So I guess we'll see what it looks like at the end. But yeah. Anything else you're working on that you'd like to talk about?
Well, I guess I could talk about the other projects.
I mean, if you don't want to, you don't.
Can I just like walk away?
All right, that's the end of this podcast.
Yeah, so like I said, Romeo and Adam are actually working on other projects, and I'm not gonna give pretty much hints to those projects just because, well, I'll give hints, but you know that's about it. I'm not gonna really tell you what the project's about, why, what's going on there, what more does it have. But yeah, our two other collaborators, which is Romeo and Adam, the Romeo and Adam, are coming up with two other projects. One being a comedy, another one being, I guess, another centric. I guess I would say more suspenseful than horror, but it's more suspenseful. And those titles are The Voice in the Closet and Streetwalker. And those two projects will also be released in October. We're going to be releasing them weekly, and those are going to be another mini episodic series that if you're really into it, then you're going to have more stuff to be tuned into. And we also have another project that's currently in I guess you could say pre-production, in very early stages of development. And it's gonna be a drama one, and it's gonna be made by our very good buddy, another guy who's trying to become another filmmaker, Brandon Flores, and his project is gonna be more of a drama and serious take, and the only hit you're gonna get at that is pretty much the title, which is I Am Father, and that's gonna be another series that you're gonna really
Darth Vader. That's really cool. Now, who's Brandon Flores? Have you talked about him with me before? Or this is the first time I think I'm hearing about him.
I think it's the first time you're hearing it. No, actually, remember that time that I was supposed to come over, but I told you I was going to meet up with someone.
Oh, yeah, that was him?
That was him. And,
cool. Where'd you meet him at?
Through Romeo. The Romeo. I'm going to use that now. He used to work with Brandon, and they pretty much connected over how they love art and films, and how they want to treat their films kind of like art. And pretty much Brandon, when talking about that, Romeo sent him my way, and when we were talking, Brandon was talking about a project that he wanted to do. He's also actually part of Lost Diaries, so I'm really excited for him to be there. He's going to be playing one of the characters in the first episode, so looking forward for that. And but he's also going to be directing and possibly starring in his own little series, which is going to be put under the Lane Kids banner. And yeah, it is called I Am Father. And I think when he told me the story, I think you guys are going to really, really like it. It's a very, very deep and serious story. It's going to be something very different. And I think you guys are really, really gonna like that one. Any more questions, Bubba?
I mean, we have an hour to kill, so.
Oh my God, we have an hour.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like trying my best to make it like presentable, but I know we have plenty of time.
All I see is like a face.
You know, I never brought this up, but I apologize for everybody that wanted to tune in yesterday. I know it's probably an awkward time, and you're probably going to realize this live stream is going on once it's already posted.
They're going to see on your story, oh,
live stream. But,
Yeah, that was my fault. Yesterday's live stream did have to be canceled because I was not feeling very well, and I don't think you guys want to see me puking during the live stream. You know, probably like holding my puke with my hands and be like, "Oh, you got more questions, buddy?"
Yeah, but it's all right. We're here now, and we're having a really good time. So
I was this close to canceling again, though. I like how you keep pushing it away, and I'm just like,
I know.
I'll just
The
scoot in.
mic. But thank you for everybody that's joined. I know it's been a while. I know you're probably not used to seeing or tuning into these live streams every Friday like we used to, but hopefully I can keep this going. Hopefully I can get a bunch of people to want to join with me. I think it would be really cool if any of my buddies are watching and you're interested. Next week I'm going to have Brandon Reel. He's my buddy that he's helped me on a lot of projects in my studio. Even some YouTube videos, the making of the Joker. I never got to finish that project because we decided, because Brandon lost a crap ton of weight, and he decided he wanted to be a little bit more skinnier before, and so we wanted to redo the sculpture.
We like to call him Braden.
Brandon. But yeah, he lost a crap ton of weight, and he's still on the journey to losing more. So we're gonna hold off on that project until he's at his ideal weight goal, and then we're gonna remold his face and start the sculpture from scratch.
Oh,
Yeah. So he's really committed, so I'm really happy for him. But he's gonna be here next week to talk about some stuff he's been working on. Him and his buddies at Dark Crown Films, they recently did a short film called "You Can't Kill the Boogeyman," and it's a half-hour long short. It's a fan film, obviously, but it takes place after the first Halloween, so it's kind of like a reboot. And I watched it, sat down, really like evaluated the project, and I was like, wow, for how much time and money they put into it, I'm like, they did a fantastic job.
they did a really good job.
And it's really true to the fans and to the classic horror film, and I think you guys would enjoy it. But he's probably going to be talking about some of that, some other projects he's been working on, so you know, all my buddies kind of stay pretty busy. And hopefully I can get some more people after that. And if this becomes a every Friday thing, it becomes every Friday thing. If not, I'll try to go back to every other Friday, like the old days. You know, and I hope a lot of my subscribers that, you know, my loyal subscribers that have been here since the beginning find this video, whether it's before or after the live stream ends. Like, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is probably one of the most enjoyable things I do throughout the week, or I used to do throughout the weekend. Something I hope to continue doing.
Hopefully your kids watch this.
I hope not.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want them to. They're chismosos. I don't want them to know too much about my life. But
Mr. T!
I saw you on YouTube.
You sound like Robert Pattinson. Delusion.
But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you for being supportive. I made a thank you video for New Year's, but I didn't have time to post it, and I think it's a little too
I think that's a little too
out of
late.
season to post it, to repost. So I'm like, I'll just wait till the next time I do a video and I can have a word with you guys. But I want to thank you guys for all last year, all the views I got, all the supporters I got. It was incredible. I didn't think I would have been able to have any of that without you guys. So thank you. But because of that, you know, I've been kind of missing the whole YouTube scene, and I thought I would come back for another live stream and bring something new to the table, you know, something original, something you probably haven't seen before. I mean, hopefully you haven't seen this before.
No, I've seen this many times.
But yeah, I'll be doing more live sculptings of my friends or any other people I can get on board to do this podcast.
Oh man, I'm gonna make sure to get Romeo on here. He's just a skeleton, guys, actually.
But yeah, I got to be frank with you. I don't have any exciting new projects coming out. Nothing new for my channel. So it's like, I really hope I can start thinking of some ideas and start busting out videos again. Like I was doing a video every month last year. I'm sorry, and I I had a lot of creativity and projects I was working on, and now that I'm kind of like a temporary full-time teacher, temporary quote unquote, they seem to really like me. I've been teaching art for the past month. It's about to be 2 months, and I've had a lot of fun doing it, and it's been kind of mildly distracting to the stuff that I'm usually doing, but it doesn't take too much time out of my day, and I've been able to still get work done. So I'm definitely gonna prioritize some time into making new YouTube videos, getting some content out there for all my lovely supporters. But
Which is me.
yes, you are one of my supporters. But I don't know. I guess I do have some projects on the horizon, but they're just real far in the horizon. Like I mentioned about
Many more projects.
I mentioned about the Scavenger comic book series I want to do and narrate and post to my channel. I'm a pretty fast illustrator. I've been drawing since I was like in kindergarten. So drawing doesn't usually take me long, maybe a couple weeks. So maybe in like by next month I'll have that the first ever audio novelization of the Scavenger done for you guys to see. And then also I've been working on creating a new project that this one I think I'm a little bit more excited for. It's called The Night Shift. A complete rip-off of Chris's story. No, I'm just kidding. I asked first because I was like, this would be a very good fitting name for this project. And
Yes, there's 2 night shifts.
so I asked him, I'm like, if it's okay, I'd like to use it. If not, I can easily find another name. Like, it's no big deal. And he was like totally cool with it. So I was like, cool, I'll go with The Night Shift. So my night shift, okay, is going to be
Hold on to your butts.
it's going to be a prequel to the original Jurassic Park film. So for any of you that have tuned in and saw the Raptor project that I did, part 1, it's going to be a continuation of that project. So obviously I'm going to finish out the series first. I'm going to build the Raptor, and then I was going to do a cinematic at the end of it, but it was going to be like a very simple, kind of mild cinematic. It wasn't going to cost me a lot of money. It wasn't going to be that in-depth it wasn't going to be anything like serious, right? And then Chris, I told Chris about the project, and he was like all up on it. He's like, can we do this? Can we make it bigger? Can we get bigger budget? Can we, hire this person? Can we do a whole production for it?
I was like, let me get Steven Spielberg on the phone.
And I was like, okay. So obviously Chris is from what you've heard in the beginning of this podcast, he's a really big Jurassic Park fan. So I was like, sure, like I'm down to have you on the project. And that's when we started building the whole story for The Night Shift. So it's going to start off as a as a novelization too. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to raise money for the project. Like this project and the Scavenger project, I really want to like put in some money, like crazy money. And if the fans are willing to help,
at least like $2 million.
I'm looking to raise at least between, $4 to $5 grand, which doesn't seem like a lot for like a short film, but it is. Like to me, it is. Like it's going to be non-profit. It's probably going to get copyrighted. So, and that's not the point, anyways.
That's
the point
what
is
sucks nowadays.
yeah. But the point is to just do something fun, and like obviously the reason the project would be so cheap and not like a $10,000 to $20,000 budget is because most of the labor is going to be done by one person, which is me. So the sculpting, the making of the Raptor, the only cost for that is material. I'll be handling all that. The only thing that the expense will go to is casting crew and set stages, material, maybe renting cameras, maybe renting mics and stuff like that. And it's a short 15 to 20 minute film, right? That either might be broken down or it might be extended, but so far it's around that time. And it takes place in, obviously, Isla Nublar with the big one. So the big one was the Raptor that they talk about in the first Jurassic Park, that once they put it in the new habitat, it like killed a few of the other raptors for dominance. And since it was like the most popular one, I wanted to do the story before it got transported, because I believe that was the raptor that got transported in the beginning of the film, right? That ate the worker. It might not.
They
Possibly.
never really like specified on
Yeah, so we're just assuming that that is the one. And so I kind of wanted to show how, why they were transported, where it came from. So it's going to be like a smaller pen that it lives in, something more like chain link, less safe.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to give away too much, but it's pretty much that's where the story takes place.
I can tell you right now, the story is amazing.
Honestly, I think it's
I think it's a pretty cool story.
it's a pretty So I'm really excited for that one, and that one, like I said, is going to be a cinematic or a novelization story, like form of storytelling. So if you guys are interested in seeing that project, subscribe, and if you want to support the Scavenger, you can go on my Patreon. Link is probably in the bio, and you can check out which tiers I have. The Scavenger tier to support the channel is only $1 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So for only $1 a month, you can help fund this project and make it come true. And of course, you're gonna get credit for it. You'll be considered, a producer. You would have supplied financial income.
But if you donate $2,000, he will be willing to give you a free Frankenstein.
I will. I will. For those of you willing to donate $2,000 to the project, I'll throw in a Frankenstein.
Ship that boy out.
But yeah, and if you can't donate, $1 a month is a lot when you have expenses, bills, phone, car, gas. So if you can, you can. If you can't, well, the least you can do is subscribe to stay tuned for the project.
Yeah, I think you guys will have a blast. He has tons of stories actually, where they're pretty much based off of other properties, like the Scavenger, the Night Shift. He was also coming up with stories for like Predator.
Yeah.
You were coming up with stories with Alien. You're coming up with cinematics for. Oh, I'm sorry, they were called cinematics. It was coming up with cinematics for Darth Vader. It was really cool. Like when he was just coming up with all these stories. Like when he was like making the project, he was like, I want to do something with it, and then he started making all these like stories and cinematics.
But they're just really expensive, so I kind of had to stop for a while and just kind of understand that I'm not willing to spend like $5,000 each cinematic. Like the first cinematic I ever did was it was the Mimic. My favorite cinematic was the Scavenger. That one my good buddy Alan helped me with, and that thing came out beautiful. I really like it. It's my most viewed YouTube video, and if you guys want to blow it up with more views, please check it out after this. Rest in peace, my buddy, but that was probably the funnest project I've ever worked on. I went out to the desert in where'd I go? Burbank? No, not Burbank. Barstow, sorry. I went out in Barstow. Way off. We're talking about LA and freaking going towards Nevada. But yeah, I went out in Barstow, the Barstow Mountains and desert, and we shot it out there. We were out there all day. We got lost. I went with my good buddy Brandon as well, who I'm going to be interviewing next week, and sculpting him into another monster. But yeah, we all went out there, had a good time, got some pizza, got some drone shots, got some sick stuff, and I want you guys to check it out if you have the time to. And hopefully, we can do more of that kind of stuff. Obviously, if you want to be a part of that, if you want to contribute and get recognized for your contribution, you can subscribe to my Patreon for only $1 a month. And then, of course, there's more tiers, but don't feel obligated to subscribe to any of those. But if you do, I really appreciate that. And if you can't do any of that, then if you could please just subscribe. That does a lot for me.
And if you can't do that, just watch.
If you can't do that, just hit the like button.
And if you can't do that,
And if you can't do that, it's all good. At least let me know why you don't like.
spread the word.
At least let me know why you don't like the channel. Maybe I can improve on it. Maybe I can grow on it. And if you have any criticisms, I really appreciate it. It kind of sucks that they removed the dislike button. 'Cause
Yeah, again, YouTube's just.
not everybody's trying to be spiteful. Sometimes it comes off as really helpful.
Yeah, it's good, as I like to say, good criticism.
Yeah.
And which, when I released my first mini web series, I really do hope I get that criticism so I know what to do better.
Yeah.
Because you never know, mine can come out like boo boo.
Like doo doo.
like doo doo and boo boo. But I'm really excited for that project though.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the lot of stuff we're working on, and it just takes time, takes money. Like for example, my Godzilla that I've been sculpting for the past year. I've resculpted it several times. I'm already sick of it. This last iteration of it, I'm not completely happy with, but I think it's time to retire it, mold it, see if you guys like it, and call it a day. Yeah, because that project has been the bane of my existence. Like,
He's selling it for $50, guys. Make sure to buy it.
just like it has a lot of scales on it, and scales are really easy to do, and they're not very time consuming, but they're protruding scales, and they're all kind of patterned out in a very specific way, and so each scale has to be hand placed rather than carved out, and because of that, it took me a while, and then I would like do a whole section, might not like it, then I'd have to scrap the entire pattern from scratch, so it was a lot of pain.
I mean, I like when you first showed me that Godzilla.
Hmm.
I remember I told you I was like, oh, it kind of reminds me of like a crocodile.
Yeah.
And I remember you based it off like your fear of crocodiles.
Yeah, I based it off of a crocodile. So it's a little unique. But to be honest, it's not half bad. I mean, I did spend months on it, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you want to purchase one, you can go on my Etsy. I've been planning to put up some pre-orders. You can on Etsy. I just posted my predator head as a kit. It doesn't come with the dreads or the hair for the faces. I decided against that because I have so much other stuff to work on. So if you want to buy the kit, send me a message. I'll send you a link to another good buddy I got in contact with that actually makes the dreads, and he's spent years perfecting them. So if you want good quality dreads from someone that knows what they're doing, and he also was a ex-effects artist too, so that guy's he's got some serious work. I'll send you his link, and you can purchase them from him. But my kit goes it's around like $350 on Etsy. If you want a personal one from me, if you know me, right? If you're a good friend of mine, just message me personally, and I'll give you a better deal. And if I'm in LA or if you're in the area, I can drop it off for you.
I'm gonna send you a message. No.
But yeah. So I got the Predator kit. I just barely released, and I'm trying to release another somewhat project. It's a file of an original Darth Vader helmet I had scanned, and I want to post it on my Etsy for you to buy that file. And if you're interested in printing it, if you have a printer, the file's gonna cost only $15, so it's really cheap, really good deal for an original scan of a Darth Vader helmet. And if you decide to do whatever you want with it, that's on you. And I am going to be turning it into a custom collectible. I'm gonna be adding, Anakin Skywalker in the head, and like the old crusty version of him. When Luke takes off his helmet, I want to
burnt.
Yeah, the burnt.
The burnt chicken nugget.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a sculpt of him. The helmet will be removable. It'll have it'll be a really cool custom piece. But if you want to buy the file and print it yourself and do your own custom thing to it, they'll be on Etsy sometime soon. If you want it before that, just DM me and I can send you the file. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a pretty cool file too. Like it's really rough, so it has all the fiberglass and everything underneath it. But with a little bit of cleanup, it can be Really cool. Yeah. Are you interested to see what it looks like?
I really am, actually.
Hey, you're gonna wait. I want to wait till the end of the live stream. I'll show Chris, and then I'll show you guys what I've been turning him into. And it is 5 o'clock. So at 5:30, I'll call the live stream and 30 minutes. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, you can put it on the thing.
I apologize. I realize every time I look at the laptop,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like I'm sleeping. So, like
No, you're fine.
Like look, watch. Look when I look at that. I thought I was like talking. I forget to look at the camera. I'm just not used to this. So you know, yeah. So I gotta look at the camera.
Every first live
now.
stream is a little
A little
awkward.
bit rough and
You
awkward.
guys know me, so I don't have to like look at the camera every now and then. I'm working on my thing, but I think it's coming out pretty decent for an hour. The face a little wonky, but also my lighting is coming from this angle, so I can't look at it straight on because it's kind of like.
You gave me a crooked chin.
Oh no, it's a very crooked chin, but it's okay. It'll look cool.
That's gonna make me look unique.
He'll make you look special.
There's that weird chin boy.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, does anybody have anything to say? Seems like the comments are really dry. I know probably not a lot of people are aware that this live stream is going on. I mean, like, I kind of just announced it last minute.
Yeah, it was.
But I was like, heck, man, like, I haven't done a live stream in forever. You guys can backplay it. You can rewatch it. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm just happy to be back into it.
If you text in the comment section, I will make sure personally to come on and then do a re-recording and then put that on there. I don't even think I could do that. There goes my mic.
All right. Now I'm going to start. Don't look.
I didn't even see.
I'm going to start working on the details. I know I haven't been explaining much of what I've been doing here. If you guys want to see me work on it, and then at the end of the live stream, flip it around and show Chris, so it's a surprise to him rather than to you guys, I can do that too. But I thought might as well make it a surprise to everybody.
Well, I think that would be cool.
If the conversation gets that stale that you'd prefer to just watch me sculpt, I can do that.
I feel like we're trying so hard not to turn this into like a normal podcast and more into the professional side. I guess
Yeah.
you could say professional side of our work lives and stuff.
It's been a while since I've done podcasts, so I'm kind of mildly rusty.
Live stream or podcast?
Oh yeah, my live streams are pretty much podcasts. Let's be honest. Okay, don't look. I'm gonna turn this. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna look at the audience. I'm gonna stare deep into their
Okay.
eyes.
That's how they leave.
That's how they say, "Mommy, he's scaring me."
Mommy, the weird man on the screen is looking at me. Make it stop.
I forgot to mention, there's gonna be another channel that me and my good buddy Daniel.
We're not promoting anything that I'm not in. Just keep going.
Ignore the ego here. There's gonna be another channel that hopefully gets put on soon, and it's gonna be made by me and my buddy Daniel, another filmmaker. I totally forgot to mention. He's
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't bring up Daniel.
yeah. If you don't know me and Daniel, I don't think anybody knows, honestly. Like they don't even know who I am.
None of these people
None
know.
of these people even know.
But let them
I
get to know you.
exist.
Let them get to know you.
I have a really good buddy, technically my best friend. His name is Daniel Hernandez. When growing up, it's probably going to be in this week's podcast, tomorrow's podcast actually.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. We're going
Yeah.
on our podcast, Monster Brain. We go live every Sunday.
So not really live, but
we post every Sunday. Okay.
man,
So-
what is going on in this
I'm
industry?
sculpting.
You'll probably hear about him in the next podcast, but pretty much saving the story for tomorrow. My parents thought I was gay because of him.
Me?
No.
Oh, Daniel.
Daniel.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Hey, that's how close we were. We were really close. We were really close buddies, and we're gonna start a YouTube channel where it's pretty much us exploring our music side. So we're gonna be posting music on there.
and that one's gonna be coming soon. Hopefully within the next year we're able to post on that channel. We don't have a channel yet, but when it does, we will pretty much.
You'll find the link here.
Yeah, you'll find the link. We'll promote it and all that stuff. But yeah, Daniel's another buddy of mine who's also trying to get in not only music but as well as filmmaking, and he has some really good ideas. He also wants to just come up with really fun and comedic ideas for.
Yeah, he's more like skits. Like
Yeah. He's more like skits, but he does have hopes for bigger projects. He has a really funny one that we both came up with when we were playing Fight Night. We were playing the video game Fight Night Champions, and we were playing as the same character. I think we were both playing as Muhammad Ali. And me and Daniel were just like, do you think he has like the same coach? And it's just this coach like running around like, throw jab, toss the jab, just going to each ring, each side of the ring of like the fighter. So pretty much that's another skit that's gonna be on Lame Kid Studios, and it's gonna be called Coach. So be prepared for that. And if you're barely joining the chat, joining the live stream right now, guys, just leave.
Yeah, what? Stay.
That was genuine. What?
Yeah.
I can't really. I'm really excited to see what you
To
do.
see what it- It's a good thing I have some like extra stuff lying around because it kind of saved me a lot of time. Saved me a whole lot of time from.
I really hope I'm Batman.
Well.
Oh, well. How about that?
Yeah. Let's just lower your expectations on that one, okay?
That sounded like that. You know, like that one thing where it's like the narrator. He's like, well, I hope I'm gonna be Batman. And it's just the narrator. He's like, well, he was not. He was not Batman. If you guys haven't noticed, I have like a really goofy and, as he said, retarded personality, which I'm really lucky that my girlfriend is still with me.
That just went in a complete different direction than I expected. It was like you were dealing with some like trauma, and you just had to let it out.
I'm really. I hope if she's watching this, I love you, and I'm really surprised you're still with me, because I'm just a funky dude. Says a lot.
What happened? What happened?
What happened? How'd I get to the stage? It
How'd
all
the live stream
started-
get to this stage?
It all started when I was born.
I was dropped on my head.
You know, it's surprised. It's funny you say that. Everybody in my family was dropped.
That explains so much.
When we were like just growing up, I'm gonna save that for the podcast. But I'm just saying, all of us. There's 4 family members. We were all dropped. My parents were not too careful.
They were just like, survives, maybe does, maybe doesn't.
They watched the documentary on baby sea turtles, how like they hatch and they have to like run into the water before like the birds start picking up. And my parents were like, that seems like a good survival strategy.
He dies, he dies.
He
If he dies, he dies.
Going full Rocky. You know, I feel like since this is pretty much a podcast based on our love for the films, I guess not even a podcast, live stream. I apologize.
I told you, it's more like a podcast than a live stream.
Because once we get like the personal and professional questions out of the way, it's like
We were just letting them get to know who they are. Oh, let's talk about subjects. Like, for example, I mean, we talked about Batman. Like, what do you think about the new Batman?
Hot. I have not seen it.
Robert Pattinson or the new Batman?
Both. That's one of the guys that my girlfriend's always like, you know, he's pretty hot. And I'm like, I wouldn't blame you.
If you left me for him, I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
blame
blame you. Like, he got that jawline. He's motherfucking Edward.
It's Edward Cullen.
Edward.
But yeah, I'm excited to watch it. I'm gonna watch it after this live stream. That's why I would have put this live stream at like 6 o'clock, but that's the show time. So I'm trying to like get this out of the way, or not get it out of the way. Like I'm really enjoying it. But
I'm gonna be a little busy to watch it, so I told him if he can you just hold his phone up while recording it? Just record the whole movie.
just then burn it on a disc and sell it at Walmart.
I was just gonna say send it to me, but that works too.
Can you see what I'm working on? Kinda. Yeah.
It looks like Scream. Looks like the Scream mask.
It's gonna look pretty cool. It's coming out. Let's see, what time is it? Oh, I got a little less than 15 minutes.
It's all good. That's all good.
It's all huge. I got plenty of time. I didn't even think I was gonna get this far. It's crazy what it turned into in such a short amount of time.
Watch it just not be bad. Watch it just be something.
You're just like, why did I even come here? If it wasn't gonna be
I'm
bad.
gonna call my agent, which is my mom. Never again.
How did you find this guy? You said this was good publicity.
Man, I go a long ways with this guy. Like I said, we went to the same school together.
Yeah, since
All those years.
did you go? Were you at Topaz at kindergarten?
I was there first grade.
Okay, so
I was there first grade.
we've been in the same school since first grade.
And we knew each other. We knew about each other, but we weren't friends. We weren't friends. We just knew each other. I guess you could say our friendship started growing when I remember he brought like a transformer into class. And I was like, God, 22.
Just to reiterate, we were kids.
We
This wasn't high school. You're like, wait, I thought it was high school.
In high school we did.
Yeah, but we were more
I'll say that for the
collectors.
podcast. That was many times that happened.
Oh, we'll continue on your story.
Oh, that was it.
Oh,
It was just
yeah, we met each other, and I think our friendship grew right after high school, which is great because I think after high school is when you really find out who your friends are,
Yeah.
and I think we kind of realized we had more in common than the people we were hanging out with.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think like how we, like I said, other than like us bringing toys to class, how we originally started, I guess you could say, building this little friendship was more so when him and his boy, his name's Carlos, they started working on a Spider-Man film.
Oh
You guys
yeah.
were making a Spider-Man film, and then I remember they asked me, they needed a Venom prop, and I remember he was gonna make it, but I told them, I have a Venom mask from like Spider-Man 3 that it was just chilling in my house, and I wasn't really using it. And this was back in what, 7th grade?
Yeah, it was like junior high, so yeah, it was
Yeah,
like
it was
7th or 8th grade.
7th grade. I think it was 7th grade. Because I think 8th grade you guys started working more on a Jurassic Park one.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
'Cause-
I don't have links to those, but if you want to Google, you could probably
Alvarado,
YouTube search Alvarado Productions. I think it's ALV, and then Rado, RADO.
They've got some interesting stuff. Right there.
Productions with a Z at the end, or you can YouTube search Leo Nessie instead of Messi. It's with an N. Nessie, Leo Nessie, 3984, and you probably find a bunch of my old videos as a kid. That's some good quality stuff.
There's one about bullying and.
Oh my god. Yeah, just save it. Let's not talk about that. You can find a lot of funny stuff on there, but yeah, if you YouTube search that, you'll probably find it.
Yeah, I just remember I went over to his house and I brought over the mask and he was in his Spider-Man suit. And he was
Feels like I'm ready.
Yeah. And then from there, I would just bring him props for their films. And then I would say more so like we knew each other. And then after high school, I'd say we had just like that friendship where it's like, oh, what's up, dude? And then went your separate ways.
And then I remember you were working on film stuff, and I was working on The Scavenger, and I remember I messaged you, and I was like, yeah, you want to work on a project with me? And then I brought up the character, I think, but it wasn't even the Scavenger yet. It was just
No, I
like
think
it was
it
a
was-
Star Wars fan film. It was just I think we were just
was-
wanting to do a Star Wars fan film.
No, I think it was. I think that was after when you invited me to help you with the Triceratops.
Oh yeah, that was after the
It
Triceratops.
was after the Triceratops because I remember. I think you texted me. I remember he did text me, and I was just trying to. I was working with other guys to make films. Again, this is where I was just jumping on projects. I wasn't really making the projects. And I was just jumping on projects and helping them out with lighting and all that stuff. And I remember he texted me like, "Hey, I have a big project that I'm working on, and I need help with it." And he was working in the FX industry. I remember when we got out of high school, and he told me that, I was like, "Dude, that's freaking amazing." And then probably like I would say like a month or two. I think it was the summer. It was the summer you texted me.
Yeah, it was during summer.
It was like during summer. I would say like probably like after high school.
Because I started working at Ironhead, which is the studio I worked at. It was like 2 months after high school. We graduated high school, which was
so it was
2017 in May.
So it was August, because I remember it was still summer.
Yeah.
So I think it was in August. He had like I think a job opportunity, and then he texted me saying, "Hey, I need some help with this," and I was like, "Oh shoot, okay." And I remember we came over, and I was like, we caught up for a little bit. We talked about what we were doing, and I remember I told him I was like, I was like, "You do know I won't sculpt."
Yeah, but we were so. If you follow me on Instagram, you see the Triceratops project I did was a big Triceratops skull that was made out of yellow sculpting foam, and
Really cool.
yeah, it was fun. It was really
that
fun.
was a really fun project.
And I sculpted out of sculpting foam, and then I fiberglassed it. And when I was fiberglassing, that's when I called you, and you were also helping me like cut and glue stuff.
Yeah,
on.
you were like cutting it down.
Yeah.
And I remember you just told me cut this corner, this corner, and this corner, and
Yeah.
then just if you can glue this corner and this corner. And that's technically all I did. And after when he started like sculpting on it, you know, I would help him like sweep up. I was thinking, how's this bitch? So I was sweeping up. But like as we were working on this, we started talking about how like all projects that we would want to work on and this and that. And I remember that's when we started formulating a plan of just making our own theme, working on I think our first ever project that we wanted to do was again going back to Jurassic Park, and we wanted to do a Jurassic Park project. And then we kind of stepped away from that because when we realized it would have been bigger than expected, we were kind of like, okay, well, what's the next thing we could do? And then it was a scavenger.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
It was,
Yeah, we were gonna do a Jurassic Park project, and then we decided because I wanted to like film it before we got rid of the Triceratops. And then after that, we were just like, well, I gotta turn it in, so let's do something else. And then I wanted to do a Star Wars project, so I started talking about it with you, and then that's when we started building it together.
yeah.
And then, so Chris is gonna be helping me on the cinematic too. So technically, our story will eventually.
Sorry if you guys
Be
are
built
picking
up.
that up. We're probably having like a tornado outside or some shit. Cause
Oh yeah, there's a lot of wind
there's
outside.
like massive wind.
They might not, because I think
Oh,
these
okay.
microphones would be picking me and you up.
Oh,
And when we did
cool.
the tests,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
And outside is just Brucey like spinning around.
So we got how many minutes? 4 minutes. All right. Well, if you guys, just tuned in, I'm sorry the live stream's about to end. You can backplay it though. I'd appreciate it. We still got like 4 minutes, and I still got a lot to sculpt. I want to put some good crazy detail on this. Let's see how far I can get. I'm gonna go ape shit right now. Okay.
Well, I guess for like the last couple of minutes, we're just
Yeah,
gonna save it for this guy. I mean, yeah, I really hope you guys are able to tune in October 2022 is when we start releasing projects, miniseries. Like I said, miniseries. That's gonna be the first episode for Lost Diaries, the first episode for The Voice in the Closet, Streetwalker. I'm sorry, Streetwalker, and many more to come. And we're actually having more people hop on Lane Kid Studios and share their projects and pitch them and stuff. And we're like I said, we're trying to be an independent studio. We're not trying to rely on other studios and stuff, but we will it would be cool to collab with other studios.
Yeah, and if any of you guys are interested in an internship with Chris, like I said at the end of this live stream, I'll put all his information down below, and you can reach out to him and see if you want to help out. Probably gonna be free labor. And if you want an internship with me, you can too. I mean, God knows I could use the help.
Probably gonna be free labor.
I'll probably take you out to dinner, But yeah. Yeah.
Also, and tune in for tomorrow's Monster Brain podcast, which is probably gonna be us gibber jabbing again.
Yeah, I would appreciate it if you guys want to tune in for tomorrow. We usually start recording around 9 a.m. and we post around 10:30. So
in the morning?
yeah, we've been doing it every morning, at between 10 and 9 and 10. Do you not remember? We've just been staying late working on other stuff.
Yeah, just tune in, guys. I'm pretty sure you'll have fun with that one.
Just tune in at the end of the day. He'll probably be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's see this.
No, we got 2 minutes.
What?
It's 5:28. I need every second I can get.
Let me give these people a good, generous, awkward silence of staring.
No, please. We got a few minutes. Don't chase him away.
Watch me become like a creepy pasta. do not stare at him at 3 a.m. This will happen.
Okay.
Also, we forgot to mention on our podcast, we'll probably even go over scary stories. Most likely around Halloween, September and October, we will be doing scary stories per podcast. which I think
Remember
would
when
be
we
really
talked
fun.
about doing like a live stream with a movie? So we'll be watching a scary movie with our viewers.
Oh yeah.
I really want to do that. So I don't know. Maybe we go live. Maybe we do some stuff like that sometime soon.
That'd be fun. Just know, guys, I cry.
I cry really easily. Time is it? Oh, 1 minute. I'm gonna get as much done as possible. Guys, I'm really excited to show you. So don't tune out yet.
Plus, if there was views going on right now, watch it. Just imagine you flipped it, it's 30, 29.
And like I said, if you guys want to see the sculpture while we discuss next week's, I'll do that too. That way, you you guys aren't just hearing us blabber on, but you're also seeing what I'm working on.
I like when we blabber.
Okay, it's 5:30. Just give me a few minutes to.
A few minutes?
I want to clean up. This is cool.
For the meantime, guys, watch me play with this car. A little Funko Batman.
Stop it. Okay.
This is actually a really cool Funko. I remember when Robert showed me this, I was like, dude, this is really beast. I'm gonna try to find it.
We'll watch that movie right now. Excited.
I'm pretty sure your dad's more excited than you.
I'm more excited. I still want it to be better than The Dark Knight. I'm just kidding.
You're gonna be disappointed.
I know it probably will be, but it's just gonna be another great Batman movie. Okay. So, clean up over here. Just relax. I know you're excited, but
They're already emailing you.
okay.
I want to look like this. Buff.
Okay, we'll just clean up all these areas I was working on. Okay. Now, granted, if I had probably half an hour more or another hour, it would look a lot better. So don't judge me for only a few hours of work.
Should I move the mic?
Nah, it's fine. Okay. Wait. It looks kind of like crap right now. Okay, what can I do to it? What can I do to it? Shh.
This podcast is gonna run for another 2 hours, dude. Like live stream,
Let's add some detail. Maybe make it a little.
You know, I gotta think of a new sound to make tomorrow. You know?
Oh, besides your annoying screech.
I went from screech to sue.
Okay. It's coming close. Coming close. We're already 2 minutes past our due time. But, oh, hang in there, okay?
Probably gonna do like the Brucey screech.
Let's add some. Just going up. Okay. And I forgot to sculpt the rest of your nostrils.
I'm trying to keep them occupied.
You're not doing a good job. They're tuning out.
What do you mean tuning out? I'm giving them noise.
Giving them what they
You
want.
guys, comment below what noise I should do tomorrow. Should I do like a weird like
No, stop.
like?
You're scaring them.
I think I'm gonna do the Brucey noise. I'm just gonna
That was a trash can.
God.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good.
That's cool.
That's good. This side needs a little bit clean up. Okay, that's good. A little bit more.
We're over the time.
I know.
The producers are gonna catch.
Okay, guys. That's it. This is my hour and a half sculpt. Hour and a half and a couple minutes sculpt. I'm really nervous.
I got it.
Alright, I want you
I like his job.
That's pretty cool. I tried so hard. I tried so hard to finish it.
freaking cool.
Okay,
I'm
I'll
a
zoom.
zombie. I'm a zombie Batman. I like his jaw. Wait, I know those teeth.
That's why I said like I was glad I had some spare time to work on it. But yeah, guys, that's the live stream. You know.
Can you see the resemblance?
I went with your face and then completely just derailed. I went with kind of like a zombie Captain America Batman. You wanted to be a zombie, and then you wanted to be Batman. Just
Granted, I wanted to be a zombie in the beginning, and he was like, "What about Batman?" But this is freaking cool. It kind of reminds me of the deceased Batman.
Yeah, just if I had a little bit more time, trust me, it'll look better. Okay?
Pretty much, I think he's gonna be working on this for the rest, like for the next podcast too. So it's gonna look pretty cool.
I'm actually gonna start from scratch with Brendan.
Oh no, I thought you meant like you were gonna finish this.
I'm gonna finish it and I'm gonna post it on my Instagram so you guys can see it. But next week when I
get to
do,
keep this, right?
when it dries up and
Yeah.
turns to crap, sure.
Oh.
if you really like it and I finish it and you want to mold it, I can mold it for you.
Yeah. What you mean? Like this is dope.
Oh god. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you like it. If you want to see it finished, you can tune in. Or you can follow me on my Instagram, Night Image Designs.
A backstory now. Like,
And,
this is I went to
I'll post a
Comic-Con
picture.
and someone with rabies attacked me, and now I'm just a zombie. I was a zombie Batman at Comic-Con.
All right, guys. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, tell me if you want to see the sculpture live, and we'll show it to Chris at the end, rather than all of you guys be waiting and then see the final result. Tell me, because next week I'm doing the same thing, and I want to make it better, and I want to make it exciting. I want you guys to enjoy it. Okay? Well, that's it for this live stream.
Sick.
It's good to see you guys again. Honestly, this felt amazing. It was probably one of my highlights of the past couple months. Like today's been the highlight of my week, my month, my past couple months. Like this was fun. You see little Godzilla in the back. I'm still working on that. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome.
Thank you for having me.
You guys are very supportive, and this has been a blast. So Thank you guys, and I will see you next Sunday. Is when I'm going to be doing the live stream. Okay.
Bye.
I love you.